Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it says many hundred years old that five men would not have been able to span. So like I'm assuming that means like five men couldn't wrap their arms around it together or span, maybe even measure it. But yeah, just the mental image of this giant tree. Um, I really see it as I mean, everything you said was great about like the world tree and the cross and the like the center point. Um, And I was thinking of it as, and these might actually be the same thing. I was thinking of it as like an ancestral tree, like the family
Right.
tree, like because
Yes, very much.
it's many years old, many hundreds of years old. It goes, it's in the center of the forest. They've been sort of trimming around the outside. He comes into this sort of hidden grove. He finds this connecting point, and and to me, this story is all about connecting with sort of ancestral gifts, and which is backed up by the spirit being found in the roots, going down, going into the past. Um, but I have to wonder whether the the symbology of like the world tree, the axis that holds the world together, whether that's the cross or whether that's the Bodhi tree or whether that's what's the Yggdrasil in the Norse mythology, the
Hmm.
tree that connects all the worlds. Whether that's really different from like the tree of all of our ancestors, because
Hmm.
eventually, we all there's sort of the human race and life in general. Like we all sort of have this continuity that is growing like a tree grows.
Hmm.
Um, and and yeah, so just kind of the
Yeah, it
gifts that
seems
that
like both
has.
those are related, maybe at like a different scale, but I like that idea of it's like the family tree, and that seems to connect everything else in the story.
Hmm.
It connects him to his father, connects him to his schooling. And to me, that feels like so his father had this idea of advancing forward in time by giving him an education, having his son expand out into the world. But they're not quite ready. Something's not quite right. The money wasn't enough symbolically. And so, yes, instead to go forward, he need to go two steps forward. He needs to first take a step back. And this is him going deep into the forest, doing what his father's doing, but then making an adjustment on his own from deeper within himself. He presumably had that idea. And that would come from, yes, his DNA, his ancestors and things. And there's this idea maybe that the reason they are so poor is that his father maybe took a route that's not really fruitful for the future of their sort of line, their lineage. And
Hmm.
the boy has to correct the mistake of the father and go back. And so that's how the hero kind of like Horus, I think, kind of
Hmm.
in Egyptian mythology kind of corrects the idea of his father Osiris. Osiris was not really at the helm of leadership enough, and that's why Seth was able to kind of cut him up into pieces. But anyway, yes, the boy kind of comes back and now he has to fight the dragon or Seth or whatever who's calling out to him.